Okay, so there's like a 40-second delay. What the heck is that all about? Okay, so what's going on, guys? It's time for another episode of Brews and Sprues. It's been a little while, and tonight I'm going to be working on the HG Sandrock. As you can see, I've already gotten some progress done. I did this earlier while over at my mom's. Um, had a few hours to kill, so I figured I'd bring a new kit. Now I am still wanting to do more Star Wars stuff, less Gunpla, but I figured this would be a fairly simple kit, and I know people want to see it before the year is out, at least. So that's what I'm going to be working on tonight, and I'm going to be drinking a barrel-aged black Venom from Copperhead Brewery, a local place. So got that yumminess going on here. It's pretty much just pitch black go juice. So, but before I really get into the build, I did get a box today. While it has Amazon tape, it is not from Amazon. Actually, you know what? I'm going to zoom out ever so slightly, so you'll see a little bit more of the mess on the desk here. And this is actually from Mr. or Captain Laser Pants, Ryan from Plastic Cannibals. Picked this up for me. I know this is technically a Gundam video, but I'm going to show this off anyways. I got stuff falling. Though I guess I could save this and the one I got coming from Nate Simmons. I could save those for the same thing. See people watching. Make sure you comment, guys, in the stream. Hopefully I can see the chat. You never know. Okay, so I'm gonna throw this down. Got some bubble wrap. I got a plastic bag. There we go. Thought it was 9. Yeah, I thought you were talking about another Gundam. What are you talking about? Oh, no. And let's see here. Which way's up? Camera's all wonky. So it is the new Black Series Jedi Knight Luke from Return of the Jedi. If you guys know that I totally collect Black Series and stuff like that, and they're doing a lot more Return of the Jedi stuff, so it's a pretty good Luke. Comes with some cool stuff, new lightsaber, blaster, stuff like that. So now I just need a Han and Carbonite, but I got this, and then I've got another one coming very soon. This was an exclusive from Walmart. Unfortunately, my Walmarts got raided like the day they went up, so I missed these locally. So his eyes aren't 100% great, but still, overall, not too bad. But no, it's not 9 p.m., Eric. Obviously, it's 8 p.m. Someone can't read. All right, so Sandrock. And yeah, I know the thing's upside down. There's not a lot I can do about that because I'm not streaming the way I was using OBS and stuff. I'm just going straight StreamYards. That way I can see via... Oh, Barrel Age Black Venom sounds like a Gundam name. That's kind of cool, yeah. So I'm streaming here on the YouTubes and on Facebook. So it's streaming directly there. So the camera is just wonky here, and I won't be changing positions and stuff. So every now and then I'm going to have to remember to look up at the chat because, yeah, I'm looking down at the thing. So I guess in theory, I can pull it up over here and see the chat. If it's actually going to work. At least that way I'll know something's happening. It's like, that's the hard part. Love the shoe thing on your last vid. What are you talking about? What do you mean? What do you mean, Carl? Carl. No, there's not that big of a delay. Okay, so at least that way I can see the chat moving. So there it is, upright. I feel like I should turn off autofocus for a while. I feel like that wastes bandwidth and stuff. Okay, so let's see here. So obviously torso, arms, and stuff. Oh, the lawyer vid. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I've been following up with that. He's actually been posting a little bit more about this whole thing because the FTC did actually post some new updates a couple days ago. and really kind of specified a few things and actually talked about the fact that they realize that there's a lot more nuance and there's a lot more things that are broader range, um, and that not 100% of everything is made specifically for kids just because it is attractive to kids. So the FTC realizes this, and it seems like they were trying to get out in front of YouTube because, frankly, YouTube hasn't made a comment, hasn't updated anybody, hasn't technically even been fulfilling their end of the settlement so far, because they could have done a few more things so far to actually make the entire website compliant and not have to put it on us. So we'll see what happens. I think that maybe the FTC won't come back after creators, except for like the egregious people who are clearly trying to market things to kids and whatnot. I think we'll see them file another suit against YouTube for not complying as the settlement was laid out. But we still got till January to see that. But they're going to be updating us on December 10th about what they're doing and stuff like that. So we will see what's going on overall. But right now, it looks like YouTube is not doing the things that they were supposed to do. And frankly, if they were smart, they would just simply age gate the entire website. You have to be logged in to use it, and you have to do, say you're over 13 when you log in. That alone would alleviate an enormous amount of pressure off of people. So it's a thing, but I'm kind of tired of talking about the COPA bullshit. But I appreciate anybody who did watch the videos that I made, either the live stream that we talked about the other day, which was a bit more somber and angry, versus the one I did once we had a few more ideas of what was going on. Kind of getting tired of my computer screen brightening up every now and then. It's getting annoying. Okay, what am I looking for here? A24. I love the dark gray bluish stuff that leaves really bad nub marks. So fun. Zach, the most effective, saw a post on Facebook. I don't know exactly what that means, but okay. See, that's the thing, is I haven't seen a whole lot of Gundam creators speaking out on this, to be totally honest. Like Toy Guys, stuff like that, I've yet to see Gundam people. And, I follow a few, so you'd think I'd see it, but we're in that weird gray zone of kid-friendly, family-friendly, but not directed at kids. And that's actually a thing that YouTube could also do. They could literally just add a family-friendly option, but not kid-directed option, instead of only giving us 2 ways to screw ourselves over. By the way, guys, keep Joe Guns in your thoughts, because he's currently in the hospital. He ended up having a little bit of an issue and had to go to the ER this morning or this afternoon. I forget when he said he did it. So he's going to be stuck in the hospital for a day or two until they can clean up a little infection he managed to get. So be thinking about Joe Guns. Maybe he'll pop in on the live stream here in a bit. I don't mean in it, but he'll join in the chat or something like that. We've got 2 people watching so far. I assume people will show up eventually. If not, I don't really care. I just gonna hang out and talk to whoever does. But one thing that people have been getting wrong about COPA, or what the FTC will punish people, is that $42,530 fine. That's a maximum that they can charge you per video. But also, it seems to be a cumulative and multiplied thing, and it's based off of your earnings if you are found to be guilty. So, depending on how much money you have made off of advertising towards kids, would depend on your fine, not just blanket, boom, you get hit with $42,500. So that's a positive there. And they're also going to take into consideration, they're kind of still referring to us as owners and like business runners, kind of. I'm just like, I think you guys still have a very big misunderstanding of how YouTube functions. So, but they basically said they will take financial situations into consideration when they find people. So they're not 100% heartless. So it'd be like, if you are running a business, quote unquote, that would go under because of this, they won't completely screw you. They'll take that into consideration. So in reality, the FTC is doing their job. YouTube broke the law. They also made it to where that we broke the law via them, and they're not doing what they're supposed to do to fix their mistakes, seemingly, and they have not spoken out so far, other than the fact that they haven't done anything since making those changes the other day. So it's kind of a mess, you know. But I kind of expect YouTube to screw themselves over by not complying. I think even the FTC will be like, look, you're not actually holding up your end of the bargain. You just passed the buck off on the people who, as we've now determined, are not liable for this. So you actually have to fix this by January 1st. So hopefully I would rather YouTube get in trouble, to be totally honest. I mean, if it means that the website goes wonky for a little while they fix it, okay, that's fine. Rather than thousands of people lose their hobbies, their livelihoods, because YouTube won't follow the rules as they were told. Also, guys, I don't know exactly how much lag there is in the chat, so by all means, speak up every now and then. Oh, it does tell me. So that last comment was at 8:06, so that's been a little bit. But I've been working on this Sandrock. Not gonna lie, as it stands, I haven't been super excited about it. But I was also doing this as a distraction. Okay. Do this here. And of course, guys, make sure you stick around tomorrow evening. Hopefully, we will have another discussion review of the latest Build Divers Re-Rise episode, which was an interesting one to say the least. So hopefully Mr. Rodimus 13 and myself will be able to manage that. If you guys have been enjoying that, by all means, keep watching. We're kind of having fun doing them. And I like the interaction with you guys. What's up, Anthony Aelio? Sector blades have no short tip blades for your hobby knife. Is that a question mark or a statement? I mean, I would like a smaller knife, but I make do. I'm not exactly doing things to precision here. Kind of hard these days to find a short tip one for a hobby knife. Yeah, I've seen like the little microblade ones. I'm just, I don't need that, so to speak. I mean, in some cases, I admit it would be nice. Okay, what am I working on? Okay, the little toe thingy here. That's what that is. And this is going to be mostly a straight build because I've got other things I want to get to, but I also needed to sort of knock this thing out. I've had it for a couple weeks, at least. I don't remember where I got it, to be honest. Oh, I got it at Bedrock. That's right. Okay. Couldn't remember. I know I got it when I went down to Houston last time. So yeah, I've had it for a couple weeks. I bought it during the time that I was working on the Star Destroyer. Which, if you guys have been enjoying the build logs for that, by all means, let me know. That was a very different build for me. I learned some new skills. But I've still got a few more build logs to go on that, and then I bought some stuff today to actually do the review. I know that sounds funny, but you will see when it happens. Where do I get my display cases? Everything I've got is from IKEA. These are IKEA Detolfs. Can't remember how many times you got cut by the long ones. Nope. Can't remember. Cuts, stabs, all of the above. Even during a live stream once where I stabbed the crap out of my finger. Actually, the last time I did it was doing... Okay, so the last time I cut myself really bad was... which custom was I working on? I think it was Grampage. Or something in Double October. So I was holding the blade kind of like this, and I'm brushing off the nubs, so to speak, but the blade turned before I ran my finger across it, and I literally just ran my finger straight down a fresh blade. That hurt. I reacted really fast. But yes, these are IKEA Detolfs. All the things that are usually behind me, that would be the Tolf wall, so to speak, as it's called. And then the other display cases that are over there with all my Transformers and figures and stuff, those are IKEA Billies. And yes, I'm using a mechanical pencil to do panel lines and stuff on this. Figured it'd be an interesting new thing to try. Because I finally found my mechanical pencil. It was actually buried with my Gundam markers. That was a fun surprise. I'm like, hey, looking for a Gundam marker for a thing. And I suddenly find my mechanical pencil after like a year. Because I could have really used that when drawing up some stuff the other day. Ankle. What? Moving next month. I'm going to try to get a couple new cases for the living room. Cool. What up, Kyle Howarth? Oh, from Facebook. Cool. I like the fact that I can see posts from Facebook and YouTube. At least for now. So it's like another 16 hours or so. I still have StreamYards to where I can do it both ways. All right. But guys, I made a little post on the Discord the other day when I was catching up on The Mandalorian. And I think I'm going to start reviewing a lot more stuff. TV shows, things like that. But I'm probably going to move that content to the Patreon so those guys can feel like they get a lot more stuff. I really want to start loading up the Patreon and make it worth buying or paying for, and actually helping support the channel. But I want to give more than enough content to make up for it. So there's a lot of things I could be talking about. Wow, that's a low-flying helicopter. I wonder if they're looking for somebody. It'll probably break soon. What? What will probably break soon? But anyway, I wanted to do that because Patreon, now that I'm probably going to have to turn off the good ads if Facebook doesn't, or I'm sorry, YouTube doesn't get their shit together and actually do the right thing and give us the ability to have regular ads and not have to be cordoned off, so to speak, in the kids zone or the could go to jail zone. They actually do the right thing and give us the in-between where we can actually be safe and good, then I can make all the normal ad revenue that I normally would. But I still want to do more for the Patreon so those guys can do what they want and not just strictly Gundam content, because I can literally only do so much there. Okay. This is kind of fun because you can literally just erase. People getting really salty on Gundam mobile game after the trailer for North America was uploaded. It's funny. Once again, guys, I'm kind of looking down, obviously, if I'm building this. So if I miss your comment, give me a little bit and I can catch back up to you. Okay. Oh, it's going to be one of these ankle armors. I kind of don't like these. Facebook Messenger thing. All right. Got that. Carl, people getting real salty at that and YouTube. But yeah, I would suggest Anthony get some IKEA Detolfs. They're kind of the standard, pretty easy, fairly affordable. They dropped the price on them, so now they're usually like $60. That's why I have so many of them. Although I'm kind of out of room at this point. I really can't expand a whole lot more in this room. And I don't know at this point when we're going to be able to move. Our plan was to move next year once our lease is up, but we might not be able to do that since the wifey has gone back to school. Has anybody else ever used mechanical pencil to do panel lining before? And by the way, this is nothing special. This is literally just a normal mechanical pencil. A Pentel Click .05. For those who don't know, I was an artist in a former life. Sketch drawings and the like, and my preferred method was with a mechanical pencil. Detolf. You want to go for Detolf. Okay. This part looks obviously familiar because a lot of these kits have the same kind of situation for their legs. So my question is, how long till we get the obligatory P Bandai endless waltz versions of all of the Gundams? Are they going to wait till they do the entire line, or are they going to like part way through just start doing them like at random? I like drawing floor plans and building and stuff. Cool. I did use a technical pen for panel lining before whatever brand. I mean, the only reason I did that is because I really wanted to try it, and I knew that you can. I just figured this was a good place to start. I just kind of poked myself. Nothing special. I just wanted to try it out. I did, in fact, use a mechanical pencil ever so sparingly on the Star Destroyer, actually. A couple spots I said, I don't want to use panel liner, and I've already clear coated this thing, so I'm just going to use my pencil. It worked. I mean, for what I needed it to do. Okay. Let's see. See, normally it's cleaning up edges like this is how I usually take off like a chunk of my finger. Between this thumb and this finger, I have like no feeling left in the tips. I hope we start getting them Snow White wing coming out. Yeah, I saw that. Not interested. Mostly because I don't have any of the other ones, so I sure as heck don't need that one. And I have other very expensive things I need to buy next month. One of two things I'm going to buy. I already had my eye on one thing and I was saving up money for it, and then another thing came along that is equally as awesome. So, but it costs a little bit more, so I had to make up my mind within like the next 2 weeks. Yep. I'm not being particularly careful, but I'm not like purposely gouging anything if I can help it. Excuse me. Whew. That was a burger. Okay, which way we go here? Okay. Also, shout out to New Type Builder. I kind of forgot his YouTube thing. He doesn't do a lot of YouTube videos anymore, but he's still working on kits. But he and his new wife are expecting a little baby. So I don't know if he'll see this, but shout out to Shup over there. It's only a couple people watching. It's Saturday night. It is what it is. Like I said, I just wanted to get this done. And I'll probably review it tomorrow or Monday. Because I'm kind of caught up on my around the house chores now that we did laundry and stuff today. So I can review a whole bunch of stuff. So I've got Transformers that have just been sitting here. Now I've got, well, quite a lot of Black Series actually that I got in the last few days. Okay. But what I might end up doing is just consolidating everything onto one channel for the most part. And just putting the non-Gundam stuff up on the Patreon. Because I figure most people on this channel honestly don't care about the other things that I do. But I may as well keep everything on the monetized channel. So even if it's not public, I can still monetize it and put it on the Patreon for like $1. And then if I want to do like, say, some instructional videos or something like that, that'll probably be in a higher tier. Because frankly, this job hobby here needs to start paying for itself a little bit. And with YouTube, really doing a lot of fishy stuff behind the scenes, finding an outside source of revenue from these would probably be the best thing to do. I'm waiting for Bandai to make the MG Serpent to complete the set. I don't know that they'll do that. To be totally honest, Carl. Oh, I know why there's not a ton of people, because it's a little bit late, so people overseas aren't really seeing any of it. That's what's going on. Okay, leg. The legs are interesting on this, I'll give it that. I mean, given that I've built the MG versions of these, it's kind of feels funny to finally be building the HGs, and I never built any of the old ones. So having sort of done this, it's a little interesting. I'm fairly certain those are supposed to be gray. But given the kind of kit this is, they ain't gonna be. Okay. Did I get all? Yeah. All right. And B210 goes on the back of the leg. Okay, so that goes on the side skirt. Cool. Big old venti vent here. I mean, in reality, this wing line is like one of the few that I'm getting multiples in different scales. Like the Grandpa Gundam, I only have the SDCS, and then I guess at this point I have a few more of the HGs because they're projects I did earlier. So I guess that's not true, but I'm not like getting every single thing from UC. in every scale. Same thing with Double O. You know, I've only got the Exia in multiple things. I guess Dynamis too now, but you know, I don't need to have every kit in every scale. I don't have space. Plus, with a build off I'm kind of working through right now, might be giving up some HG kits that I care less about. Let's see here. The old kits were good when they came out, but bad now. I built every kit they had out there in the US. That's funny. See, when I was growing up, before I knew that Gunpla was even a thing, I remember seeing the kits at Suncoast in the mall, and I vaguely knew what Gundam was about. I had seen like 5 minutes of Gundam Wing, and then I got in this waltz based entirely on the cover, which was Wing Zero with its wings unfolding. So I got Endless Waltz, and that actually is what got me into Gundam at all. But then I still hadn't quite realized that those were model kits, so I didn't buy any of them. Like, they were there. You could actually buy them at Suncoast. So I mean, I could have got into Gunpla in the late 90s if I really had tried. Because I remember the original DNA comics that was also in the mall had Gundam kits. They had like the perfect grade Wing Zero, which was amazing. It was out on display. And a few other things I can recall. But like back then, I basically had my allowance and like money from my first job. So I wasn't exactly rolling in the dough to buy a $200 model kit. It always looked cool. I'm just never going to buy it. Wing G Unit 1 tournament, I'm going to need an update or at least a revive. Yeah. I think people kind of like the cheap crappiness of those. Okay, where am I at now? Need another one of these guys. I'm running on fumes today, guys. I have been up since before 4 a.m. Worked a whole shift. Then we had to go take care of the stuff at my parents' house. Then we went grocery shopping, came home, and started doing this. So I am tired. So the faster I get this done, the earlier I get to go to bed. It's the way I'm looking at it. Now, see, to me, these things these little leg vents should be gray. Doesn't mean I won't paint them. I'm just not doing it right now. Okay, where's this? Like, even Joey told me when I showed him I was working on it, he's like, dude, do me a favor, paint the inside of the back skirt. Since it's all yellow and stock colors. Come on, get in there, buddy. Get in there. Seriously, there it goes. Wow. So it does actually have a tiny bit of reverse knee bend going on. That's interesting. Jerry? I mean, they're not looking bad. I mean, the one down the front of the leg is kind of what it is. Seam lines never deter me anyways, because I don't get rid of them. Like, I've only ever seam lined like one kit, and that was just to see if I could, not like I felt an obligation to do it. Also, asking me questions on a kit as I'm building it is not fair because you should wait for the review. Wow, that just came apart on me. Let's try that again. That's a whole lot of white. So to me, I guess I could actually look at the MG and see the colorization that's missing. So I assume that those vents should be gray. I know this little toe, what looks like a thruster or a gun, I know it's not a gun. That's what it looks like. It needs to be gray. I do know that like the Vulcans on the head probably need to be gray or purple. That's one thing he's lacking is like the grayish purple. That's about all you get right there on the shoulder. But then again, I am talking from the EW version. Let me see here. And the nubs on these forearms suck, so I'll probably take a polishing tool to it another day. Once again, this is mostly like just building to build, get this done, because I don't have room on my shelf for any more backlog, so I gotta build through some things. I was about to start the B-Wing, and then I looked at the kit and went, nope, I don't. She's like, I can't start that right now. That's not going to be a quick build. The X-Wing would probably be a quicker build than the B-Wing. But now that I've spent all this time and effort doing the Star Destroyer and making it so nice, I feel like the rest of my Star Wars builds need to be of a higher caliber. So knowing that I'm probably going to need some paints for that. Next time, probably I'm going to need some paints for that. Oh, look at this. I got 2 thumbs up on the Facebook, and I got 4 people watching. This is kind of cool. Actually, like multi-streaming here. Now, I know there's other services that can multi-stream. This is just the one I know about. And has, like, seriously the easiest use. There we go. Say I've started working with custom because I like the challenge better than straight building. I assume they're boring. I mean, this is something I don't understand because Eric says the same thing. Since he's done so many paint jobs and customs and other things like that, he says he can't do a straight build anymore. I'm like, you kidding me? It's like, I'll do a straight build any day. It's like considering like I had the amount of customs I've kind of managed to do this year, even most of which being a spur of the moment thing, not even planned ahead. I'm perfectly fine with straight builds, and considering this job, straight builds are pretty much part of it for me. So, I mean, I'm never going to be against straight builds, but with the Star Wars things that really do beg for extra attention to detail, that's, I mean, with my first X-Wing, it's kind of but it's also a new one, so I can sort of forgive that. The TIE Fighter, I did some detail work, a lot of chrome and or silver paint work on it. But then the why didn't I cut out all the pieces when I was here? The Y-Wing, you guys have probably seen, I did a lot of detail work into, and while that's very nice, I did technically speaking, I did more work to the Star Destroyer. And the B-Wing, I'm going to do better work to. The old school X-Wing, I'm going to do better work to. The Millennium Falcon, I'm going to spend an enormous amount of time on to make sure it looks really good. And then I'm going to have to figure out a way to display all of those ships together somehow. So we'll see what happens. But it doesn't mean I'm giving up on Gundam. I just, and I've been looking at LBX kits because some of the newer ones they've got coming out are pretty cool and they're pretty dang affordable. So I might do a couple of those down the line, plus all of the Flame Toys kits that are coming or are already out that I don't have. Like Skywarp is out now. It's like, oh, now I got to get Skywarp because I got to complete my Seeker set. Speaking of which, I got to do Thundercracker sometime soon, maybe around my birthday, kind of like what I did with Starscream this year. It's like, I kind of do it around my birthday time. But I mean, I've got a lot of stuff I can build. My backlog is not insignificant. And being that I don't have to get every release that comes out, it makes it a little bit easier. But I need to get through some of the things that have been sitting in my backlog. Like I've got the Ifrit Schneid, that's just sitting there. Act Zaku 1. IBO kits that are still sitting there. So the Astro Alter Nascimento and the other thing. I've I've got the HG Hazels I need to work on. I've got the latest MG Hazel kit I need to get after. Good Lord, this is kicking my ass. I have not tried any of the Maquet stuff. I would like to. I just have not. And of course, I saw Zach's contest for that. I mean, they look cool, but the Sakura Wars kits kind of have a very similar feel, and I like what's going on there, so I'm probably going to start with those. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. New Drift looks good. Yeah, but I've got the Drift figure, so the kit will never live up to what the figure is, so I'm kind of not going to get that. Even though, you know, there is already a good IDW representation happening with Optimus and Megatron. So I need to get Megatron. He's kind of just on shelves, so I can snag him whenever. But I have to get that Devastator because it looks so cool, and I really hope they do a yellow version to get like the G2 toy color because I'm a dork like that. But I need Skywarp to go with Thundercracker. If they do like the Rainmakers, I could care less. Those aren't official Seekers in my mind, but I think they're gonna do. I could be wrong. I think they're gonna do the Coneheads. Some of the like Beast Wars and Beast Wars Second and Beast Wars Neo stuff, I could care less. The other kind of IDW Megatron that I think is a figure, but I'm not sure. I don't really care that much about that. Some feel a straight build kind of lacks something, so detail work or custom painting comes to mind. But yeah, I mean, I get that. Obviously, you guys have seen what I do on a normal basis. You know, like I would bust out the paints and do little things like, you know, these other things. This, I'm perfectly fine doing a straight build on this. I didn't do anything fancy with the Leo. I didn't do anything fancy with the other thing. My brain is very tired here. So, I mean, it only makes sense that I would just go ahead and do a straight build for this. Now, does it mean I'll never touch it up? No, it just means that for the sake of just a nice, relaxing build that really needs so few tools, that's where my mind is at for that. Yeah, but for us that don't have the awesomeness of the figure, it does look good. I mean, you're right, obviously, but I stand by it. I do wish that Flame Toys kits scaled to each other to some degree. They don't seem to. Oh, I also need to get the IDW Nemesis Prime just because I'm a dork. Oh, I also need the attack mode Shattered Glass Prime because I bought paints for that. I haven't bought the kit yet. I detail because I don't want to use stickers. There's nothing wrong with it, especially if the stickers suck. Obviously, you know, I tend to do that. You know, I tend to paint a lot of things, but once again, brain tired, don't want to think, don't want to try in this case. Plus, you know, if a lot of people complained about this. If you're doing a review, but you've done so much painted work to it and stuff like that, are you really giving a good representation of what you're going to get out of the box that most people aren't going to do? So occasionally it's nice to do a straight build to show people what they'll get, you know, out of the box. And I think I've done it before where I did a straight build and then did the detail work to show the difference. I don't remember which kit it was, but I know I've done that. I'm currently working on a massive mobile armor. I'm looking at probably around 3 feet tall, go from carrier style looking to a plain 3-headed dragon. That's ridiculous, Kyle. That is ridiculous. Like something that big, how's it going to transform without completely falling apart? I mean, actually, how's it going to hold itself up? That is incredibly big. Back to building. Oh, the heater just kicked on. I'm starting to sweat. I'm like, what the heck? Yeah, the heater just kicked on. Okay. Hands are tired. For those who don't know, my day job is pretty brutal on Saturdays. I'm pretty exhausted, even very early in the morning. Okay, what am I lacking here? Oh, they're on the B1 runner. I was like, where's the part that I'm looking for? Because they're all on the B1 runner, they're not on the B2 and the B1. So it's not a total reprint runner. I was real confused there for a second. I'm just sitting there staring at it. I'm like, I'm not crazy. Where are these parts? Okay, so 32. Because it distracted me. 32 is for the right leg. 33 is for the left leg. There we go. And yeah, there's definitely a ton of repeated parts here, especially for structure and framework. You know, obviously they're repeating a lot of things from this universe, so they don't have to try too hard. These are like the exact same hips that are on the Leos. Custom 3D parts, like a challenge. Well, I mean, that makes sense. Custom 3D printed parts. Tested actually just showed off at a like a first kind of Gundam build contest convention or something in San Diego, I believe. Maybe it was in San Francisco. A chick brought an original design idea of a new Xeon mobile armor, and she 3D printed all the parts. She drew it out, did it in, it's called Z something. I forgot what it's called. But basically, it'll take a 2D. It can take a 2D drawing and help you get it to a 3-dimensional rendering. And she 3D printed a whole bunch of parts. I think she said it was something like 50 parts or something like that. You know, sculpted it in 3D and printed it all out, put it together, customized it. And it looked cool. I think that she should sell the concept to Bandai. They're like, hey, if you need some more weird UC stuff in the future, this would be a good way to do it. I also think it's not really about the end results. Gonna go all metaphysical on me now. It's a process. Some enjoys painting process. Some are happy with quick straight builds. Just want to get quick and done and play with it. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and I mean, this is not a deep investment for me. Like this is for me doing a couple straight builds after doing several customs back to back to back to back. It's just like it to be able to step back the creative process a little bit and not have to think actually makes a massive difference. But as I said, I'm not against straight builds. I sure as heck don't look down on anybody who just straight builds, because you know that's enough for some people. You just want to do the thing. You enjoy the process. You don't need to go overboard on every build. Not everything you have to bust out the airbrush for, you know, or hand brush, whatever. Yep, whatever your techniques are. Make sure I got my leg right here. Yep. Come on, get in there. But like I said, I'm just tired. Want to relax. Just build a little thingy. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've got customs in mind, not to mention all the work that I'm going to do on these Star Wars kits, which is, you know, customizing to some degree, but just taking the modeling aspect of it to a higher level, which is, you know, where I get some satisfaction there. But, you know, some of these kits, I don't need to go to the 9s. But, like, I've got the original Zero Maru over there from the first season of Build Divers. And, I want to do a decent job on that because I know the gold isn't great. I know some of the red parts can look dumb. So I want to actually make that look pretty decent. So when I get to it, you know, I'm going to try a little harder. I won't just be a straight build. But I can also do like hybrid straight builds, you know, where most of the time you got a lot of bare plastic, but you're painting specific parts. These are not D-Runner. What is a D-Runner? Oh. D-Runner is this weird. Okay, D1 FO and D1 7. So that is pretty neat. Compressor. That's interesting. Well, aren't you just the best, Kyle? Okay. Everyone go applaud Kyle and everything he does. But, I mean, you need to share progress on that if you're going to. Share it on the Shoki page or in the Discord. There's a whole work in progress section on a Discord where you can post Gundam or non-Gundam stuff, just depending. Come be part of the community if you're not. I'll get more people in the Discord. And I think well, next week's Thanksgiving. Week after Thanksgiving, if nothing's going on, or sometime during the week, might do that live stream chat on Discord, or from the Discord, I should say, so that we can all have a little verbally chatty chat instead of having to go with the texting, so to speak. But I'm not sure when I'll do that just yet. Actually, originally I was thinking about doing it tonight, but I got a beer to drink. Okay, so this needs to go like that. It's interesting. Just clean up the nubs, panel line, and add the missing details. You're done. No need to go crazy overboard on. Nope, pretty much. But I know that once I pull out the brushes and the paints, that I'm probably going to start going a little ham on it. See, one thing about Gundams is I don't need to add weathering to all of them. I don't need to add a shiny top coat. Heck, half the time I don't add water slides. Actually, like 80% of the time I don't add water slides. Which I'm trying to get better at because they do look better over time. But if I'm going to build like a custom or something like that, I'm going to spend my time and effort on if I can help it. But like 00 kits that need the detail work, that's more of an investment that I'm willing to make because it's 00. The hazels, the wound warts, things like that, those things I'm willing to paint the extra detail work on because those are cool suits. They need the extra time and effort. I knew it was a more complex kit, so I wasn't going to do the narrative silver bullet tonight, but I'm gonna get to that soon. I need to get to the narrative APAC soon. Actually, I think what I'll do before this month is up, before we roll into December, I'm probably gonna put up another Patreon pick. Let John decide on a kit for the end of the year. Excuse me, good lord. I ate dinner with my mom's and it's coming back on me now due to all the fizziness of the beer. At least split the front skirt. I just haven't gotten there. Chill, Jerry. I'll do it. I'm just not doing it yet. Can I finish the skirts? Chill. I do like to make sure that it is the style of mount for the skirt that when you split it, it won't fall out before I cut them, because I have had that happen. So I'm a little bit wary every now and then. It's like literally had it where the receiver on the crotch part couldn't contain the way they actually held together. The actual structure between them is what kept them in place. So I actually had to glue the side skirts back together. I will put you back together. And if I forget, I can always do it in the review like I did on the last one. Where I literally twist the side or the skirts until they pop. It's like, but you want to make sure. You want to just take it apart. I mean, the color separation is actually coming up pretty nice, not gonna lie. I know not all of it is like 100%, but it's not looking terrible. Oh, that's the part. Okay. And I was going to do a quick unboxing for this, but frankly, nobody really watches unboxings, so I'm kind of moving away from those. Unless it's something really like oddball or special. I mean, and by the way, guys, for anybody who may have missed it, I still have a partially built Anubis for sale. I still need to get rid of that thing. just sitting in my closet at this point. I know I'm never going to finish it. So I'd rather go to somebody who's going to do it some justice and finish building it. Two things that kind of bother me are the V-fin nubs and parallel front skirts. Oh yeah, I did remove the safety nubs already, so you can rest assured there. I made sure to do that. Though what's funny is there are certain kits that actually don't look bad with them. I actually will make that determination when I build it. It kind of depends. I was gonna sell it for 40 since it's half built, and then plus whatever shipping, because it's normally $80 retail. It's half built. Literally, the legs are the legs and crotch are the only parts that are built, and then I did the red power lines on everything, but those can always be washed off fairly easily. You won't even need thinner to take those off. Just run some water over them, it'll come off. So now I'm obligated by the P Bandai MG Blast Impulse to compare to the Impulse variants. I thought about it. I don't know if I need more impulses in my life. I appreciated the first one, and I have skipped the sword impulse several times. I don't know if I just got over. I'd rather have a lot of the first season Seed Gundams. Yeah, see, look, the way these are contained, I don't know if there's enough to hold the ball joints. If there is, it's barely. That'll be a close one. See you later, Jerry. Michael Hale. I think I have cleaned or clipped all the safety nubs off V-fins. Yes, no, I'm not good. Okay. You cannibalize it anyways. That's terrible. Just gonna cannibalize the kit. See, look, this is already worryingly loose. Also, side skirts are so weird. They're backwards from how you normally arrange them. Well, let me know. Message me on Facebook. We can talk if you're really interested. Interested buyers only, please. I'm not going to haggle and or trade. I'm pretty much solid on the number because it's pretty fair. It is a ton of plastic. But I mean, if you're good at customizing and or painting, then it'd be a good thing to have. It's got some neat parts, but once I got to the point that I wasn't going to be able to finish it the way I wanted to, I just thought, I'm just going to stop. I fell out of love with it pretty quick. Actually got rid of all of my Kotobukiya stuff. At least as it stands. There's some cool Kotobukiya stuff I'd still want. There's still some Hexagear kits I would definitely get. Did I just cut out a thing I didn't need yet? I did. Good job, me talking through. I wasn't supposed to go through. Also, I love the guy who said I'm like one of the best builders on the platform. I'm like, pfft. And I'm like, all right. I mean, I'm not gonna completely downplay it. I'm okay. One of the best is a bit of an exaggeration. I got more Seed than Destiny in your collection. I've got more Destiny, in fact. I don't know. After I got the 2.0s, now I got to think about it. Because I don't technically have a Strike anymore, which I need to get another one of those. So I need Strike again. So I've got Strike, I've got regular Freedom, I've got Freedom 2.0, Justice, and that's it from season 1. But then I've got Destiny, Strike Freedom. Yeah, I guess technically speaking, I have more Destiny now, or more Seed now, I should say. You made me think about that. Good job. I still haven't built Providence. It's still sitting over here. It's like after messing with Eric's, I was like, do I really want to build this thing? But then again, not having that same Dragoon system set up that he's got, I can probably be more happy with it. And I don't have to fully paint mine. Spare parts in my collection, yeah. Okay. Polycap. Make sure I'm not missing any. Okay. Didn't miss any messages. Hey, 3 likes on Facebook. Excellent. I kind of like this live stream effort into Facebook. It's kind of cool. They're like, yeah, make sure you insert this first and then put that in there. Yeah, I've built a kit before. Okay, so that's actually going to do most of the retaining. Hopefully speaking, if I can just yoink. Okay, cool. Crotch. Just finished Freedom 2.0 today and panel lining and detailing. See, I always panel line ahead of time. I'm one of those people. I mean, nobody's ever called me on it. I mean, if you're going to do top coating and all that stuff, obviously panel line after the fact. But me, I panel line first. It's usually the first thing I'll do. I'll panel line the entire kit and then start assembling. Okay. Butt skirt. One of these days we'll do a brews and sprues where more people can actually come over and hang out and we could have a build night and actual conversation and stuff. And if I have more time, I could plan it out and let you guys know ahead of time. You guys can also, be building along with me. We should do a theme thing where like I announce what kit it's going to be, and then you guys can get the kit and then like build along, and we can all talk about how it goes as we're building. Yeah, I just finished up Luna Mario Hawk Zaku. Cool. I'm still on the fence on that kit. It looks really neat. I just don't know if I need it. Like, just buying all the cool new stuff doesn't really work for me anymore because I don't have space. But that's a cool looking one. The Zaku's from that universe were always very interesting. Of course, mind you, I saw that before I saw anything you see, so I didn't know the Zaku's were a thing. Finished Zaku last week. Michael, that's a good kid. Like redesign of the MG Zaku. Yep. Is it not? It's quote unquote together. Ooh, hinged back skirt. Look at that. Flippy floppy. It's got a flippy floppy back skirt, guys. Alright, so I always throw the legs on at this point usually. Normally I like to build the crotch. Anybody else do this where you'll build the crotch first and then put the legs on? Right, crotch then legs. Build basically from the torso down. I do that under normal circumstances is what I'll do. Let's do the really funny like though I like the idea that it has like this ridiculous like torso tilt here. That's kind of cool. He does have the hips that flip forward. So I can get things to work here. Yep, not gonna lie, the seams on those legs are kind of unsightly now. I wasn't thinking about it until you brought it up earlier. Now we get to the part that I like least about this kit, and that is the ridiculous shoulders. I swapped the inner frame on mine using the 3R metal frame third-party brand. Interesting. I gotta move a little bit, getting stiff. Here, let's turn this way. Also, once again, camera's upside down and kind of sideways-ish, so making sure I put things where they can be seen is not the easiest thing in the world. Okay, so I really got to clean up my floor. It's like a mess over here. Got boxes and action figure parts, just crap everywhere. No, I'm at the side skirts. What are the parts I need? C? No. Okay, I need some 7s. This interesting banana yellow that they got going on here. Like, well, Laffy Taffy kind of yellow. Okay. But I think potentially that the first Master Grade Monday of 2020 will be the Hazel 2. And that'll be interesting because you can build that kit 3 different ways. Okay. C. C. C, senor. Rana got away from me. Okay. So that's the end of the C2 runner. I'm just throwing the stuff on the floor. I don't even like have a trash box or anything over there. Just throwing it on the floor for the heck of it. Okay, let's clean out these little baby nubbies. These little baby nubbies. Here we go. Still perfecting recasting parts make duplicates. Interesting. I tried that and it didn't really work out too well for me. Well, if I try it again, I'll probably do it in resin. Main reason I was doing it to make custom clear parts originally for a custom idea I had a long time ago. I no longer even have the kit that was going to be for, so I actually got rid of the casting stuff because I bought that like I don't even know, like almost 4 years ago. The stuff to do casting, I was like, that stuff can't possibly stay good for that long, and I don't even know how old it was when I bought it. It was dusty. So I threw away that stuff because maybe down the line I'll make some casting parts. But I might actually have somebody 3D print some prototypes and then cast instead of just recasting. Huh. That's interesting. Okay, go ahead and stick that in there. I built from the head down. Okay. Thomas Newman, what's going on? My eyes are all checked up. How was the build? You mean this build? It's not done yet. I'm still working on it. What do you mean, how was it? I can't tell you that. It's not over yet. I mean, as a build goes, it's pretty mild, not gonna lie. And honestly, there's nothing new happening here either. So, I mean, at the moment, I'm not all too excited about it. Just like, hey, a new Sandrock. I don't think I've ever noticed how like skinny the waist is without any armor. Looks kind of funny. Guys, help me out here. What's the name of his minions? Magwanak. Okay. It took me a second. I was like, I had to think about it. So, like, honestly, like this kit, I get that it's essentially a brand new kit. Like I was more excited for the Magwanak core. I was more, and the Leo, like the Leo is actually a really good kit, which is strange considering what it is. But like this is just fine. I guess I'm just not super enthused by it. I'm not going to call it the best HG ever. It's not bad. Oh, speaking of which, the new. Don't think it. I missed the fact that the P Bandai Vargil is coming. You know I have to get that. I love the Moon Gundam, so I'm going to have to get that Vargil kit. I hope they give us the Gundam that it was based off of. That the Moon Gundam's Psycho Plates came from. There we go. We have a essentially completed body of a Sandrock. EW Sandrock is way cooler, and that is definitely my my favorite. I mean, this isn't bad. It's just, but what's funny is it has like either a new Gundam or a Mark II Gundam feel. I guess that's probably on purpose, like the color scheme and stuff. I mean, like I said, it's not bad. The proportions are better than like some of the older kits. I'm not a fan of the giant shoulders. I've already mentioned that, but like it's not terrible. I mean, the color separation is pretty good. Like all these layered pieces on the skirts, you would have definitely expected to be stickers in the past. Same thing for like this area, but like it's still it's hindered by a lot of the normal things that you'll get with a kit like this. Now, if I go ahead and do like the touch-up paint and stuff like that, add some more details, maybe I'll like it more. Today, I'm just kind of mad about it. Grunt mobile suits are more appealing. I think that's true in some degrees, but also there's the factor of okay, I've already done a kit like this. By the way, I have stickers that are supposed to go in those side thrusters. So, cringe moment. I'm going to use a sticker, guys. And it's an internal folding type sticker. This will be good. Look at this. Watch. Cringe time. Try to line her up. Do I have a... I love that the sticker application is literally the last thing on the page. Okay, so let's... Oh, that's actually not terrible. Not gonna lie, they are getting better at stickers. Some are still atrocious, but there are some that are so kind of seamless that I forgot. Like, if you guys haven't noticed, like, there's been a couple of kits not long ago that I forgot were sticker detail, not painted. I was like, oh man, yeah, I forgot I did that. Like, so they're getting better. Like, sticker technology is getting better. Apparently, knife technology is not getting better because I can't apply the damn thing. There we go. But see, that's something I definitely wouldn't have attempted to paint anyways. But one thing I don't understand. Okay, so that one didn't go in as smooth. So here, it's a fairly metallic-ish red. This is not metallic. So why did they put a nice shiny metallic red there, but this is regular red? I would have much rather them just make it red. Definitely the color scheme for the name Sandrock. You expect something more desert scheme. Yeah, I mean, I think it was probably based off of something very specific. I mean, it has a kind of Cobra theme as well, so I assume that something of it had to do with that. Okay, time to flip pages. And by the way, guys, if you could see how filthy my desk is, it's pretty bad. Okay. It's interesting. So, like, This over here, this is what happened from the Ghostbusters wall. Be careful with your weathering powders, kids. Also, check this out. I like the fact that, look at all that green. Look at that. That's going to make a lot of cool camera stickers and stuff down the line. Always save these things. It's super good. You guys should know this by now. I've preached it since I've, almost been since I've been doing this channel. It's like, save your sticker sheets. You'll never know when you might need some of the leftover chrome, or just because there's a lot of chrome on that too, even with the little print on it occasionally. But, there's always extra bits you can do and add little details and such. Like, he doesn't have a rear camera sticker. I could totally make one with that. So I like when they give you some built-in coolness. Okay, so B18. Did I forget something? Ha! I did. I forgot the other vent / thruster on the back of the leg. That's funny. Oops. Let's take care of that real quick. Where is the... Oh, B18. Okay. That is not what that looks like. Which way does it go? Oh, it's not Pacific. It's not a Pacific direction it's got to go. Okay, right in there. Take it right up in there. Getting HGIBO Bile for Christmas. That's cool. It's an okay kit. I could do without the giant sneakers on him, but he's not bad. I mean, he's just another IBO Gundam. Wait like a year and a half, we'll get the MG. I think people might be biled out. I mean, if we're talking that Floros won the next vote, which, once again, I didn't miss that. I just haven't been doing Gunpla news. And I want an MG Floros, but I mostly want an MG Floros Calamity War version, because that's one of my favorite kits ever. I think it's gorgeous. Silver border stickers, great for putting behind clear pieces. Correct. Which is what I've done on many a thing. Chrome marker works for that too. Not as well, but it works. Yeah, that or my chrome marker is just about dead, which is possibly why it sucks now. The last couple things I've used my chrome marker on were just kind of... Okay, so there we go. There's a mostly completed Sandrock. Backpack time. Is it just going to be like the regular bile, or is it going to be like that special coating P Bandai convention exclusive? Speaking of which, there was an if I didn't do this kit, there was a P Bandai one I was going to do, but I realized that usually when I do a P Bandai thing, the patrons get to see that stuff first. So when I get around to doing it, maybe that'll be the last build of the year, because I have more than enough time to knock out like 3 or 4 HG builds if I really want to get them. But like after just blowing through so many things on Double October, I like to slow down a little bit, which is also why straight building is more preferred at the moment. But now I want to do that kit by the end of the year because I think it's cool. It was one of the normal version was a very interesting build, to say the least. And I was very much reminded of that particular review the other day. And I was like, I need to build that P Bandai version. And no, I'm not just going to give it away right now. Stop asking. I'm not even looking up. I'm just assuming that somebody wants to know what it is. Is that all I need? I think it is. Bought a 3-pack of silver, bronze, gold Sharpies at the store. They come in real handy for accent parts. Yeah, I believe it. I've got the Mr. Color GX metallic gold, bronze, and copper for doing those things. Nothing wrong with using a Sharpie by any means, except for some plastics might not take kindly to them. Just got to be careful because Sharpies are alcohol based. Kind of. Well, they're alcohol based or they're ammonia based. So they might have an effect on certain plastics. It just depends. But no, that's a perfectly acceptable thing rather than like Gundam marker, which for sure will eat some plastic, especially ABS. Maybe I should do a quick little like tutorial talking about the different kind of plastics. I don't know if anybody would watch that, to be honest, but you never know. People still like my glue thing, my super glue versus cement video. Keep getting comments on that. Like one guy was asking about if you could fix a joint that had split. No, you can. It just depends because it might not ever be solid again. So like in that case, like it was a clean split right across the rotation joint. It's like, I think you'd rather pin that than just straight glue it. 6 people watching. Hey guys, if you're here, go ahead and say hi, even if you're over on the Facebooks. And if you're new, hit that thumbs up. Also hit that subscribers button. One thing I've noticed, and this is true for an enormous amount of channels, like probably 80% of channels, you're getting most of your views from non-subscribed people. So my average is from 65 to 80% of views on almost any of my videos are from outside sources, not from subscribers. So that 5,130 some odd people who are subscribed, most of my views are coming from people who are from outside the channel. So, of course, if you are subscribed, make sure you're actually watching stuff. If you're new and you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Get my numbers up. Because frankly, if I get to 10,000, I can actually have memberships here on the channel and I don't have to resort to Patreon. So YouTube has channel memberships that you can actually buy into. So you don't have to resort to an outside service for things. Oh, am I essentially done with the exception of the swords? I just realized that. Okay. Oh, these are sword handles. That's interesting. I didn't realize what I was looking at here. That is one thing about Sandrock. You don't have to worry about weapons for the most part. I guess I still have the shield to do. He doesn't come with the machine gun. Maybe that's on this Waltz version only. Go ahead and cut the shield tab and I can be done with this runner. Saw pick in Hobby Japan of decorative silver chrome tape used for blade weapons for LBX. That's pretty cool. I mean, you can do that. You can buy aluminum tape and, dress up your weapons that way. There's no reason not to. I mean, okay. Let's see. Which version of the heat shuttle should I go with? The silver gray. Let's just be honest. That's gray. They're not trying. Or the glowy red. I don't think I even have any silver paint left right now. So even if I wanted to paint these, I don't know if I could. They're not a bad gray. I mean, they're like, it's got a nice finish to it. So I mean, I'm not offended by it. Wings from the Kotobukiya Nubis. Remind me of virus speakers. You're just saying things now. I don't even know what the heck you're talking about. Heated one. I gotta get one if I still can. That is. What's that, Michael? Oh, you've always been jealous of my P Bandai Sandrock. Sorry, I just saw the message. Don't be jealous. Dude, they re-released those not long ago. You can probably find one for not a ridiculous price. I paid full USP Bandai retail for those. Those you should not be jealous of because I paid the real money for those. I didn't pay the HLJ or Noah Guy prices. So those kits are gonna stay in the collection for life. Especially like same thing with my Tallgeese. I ordered Tallgeese 2 and 3 at the same time. That was an expensive order. Not as expensive as the two P Bandai Banshee Norms. Those were the most expensive single order of Gunpla I've ever placed. Okay, so I've got one normal sword holding hand on this. That looks odd. Can you guys see this? Where's my camera? That just looks weird. I don't know why. It bothers me. Ow. Oh, I need my... Yes, the thumbs up hands. So let me go with the thumbs up hands here. I do appreciate that it came with spare hands. Came with, basic expressive or cradling hands, as you could kind of call them. But we got this message going on here. So like, I don't like. It's weird. I don't know why. It's not bad. It's just weird. A little bit more expressive though. I can do it. It's from the Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Astray B novel. Can you still get all the P Bandai kits from EW? You just need to look around. Yeah. The internet has them. Just don't get raped on the price for them. Just realize what they're worth. What are you talking about, Kyle? Oh, gotcha. You're still referring to the thing that I didn't know what you were talking about. So you're referring to a thing I don't know by referring to another thing I don't know. There might be a problem with your plan here. And yes, there's a delay, so if my response is like delayed. Because I like the fact that I hit go live and it instantly starts at 40 seconds. I'm like, okay. I'm kind of interested to see what they'll do with the HG Ultron. Because I always want to call it Nataku. It wasn't exactly Nataku. I always see the custom as Nataku, not the regular version. Don't pay double. Yep. Most costly P Bandai I ever bought was the Astray Red Dragon. Nice. I think I just got bored with Astrays. Like I built the one, I bought another, and I just looked at it and went, "Oh my god, I'm basically going to build exactly the same kit." It's like I do that enough with a lot of these other ones. It's like I didn't need to do it again. I never have a plan. I only have actions. Well, I have a plan occasionally. I'm just trying to get stuff for next double October. The problem is I can't make a plan on that because I have no idea what will be available. Because they're reprinting or finding more HG kits. There's MGs I still don't have, but once again, I don't need to have everything. So next year it might be full of more customs, if I'm honest. Either from me or other people. It'd be more fun to get other people involved. Had almost no builder showcases this year and not a single showcase swap, but I also kind of lost the community that I was doing those things with, so it kind of blows. Okay, where the eye stickers come in. Okay, right there. Hold on. Sorry, my eyes are like getting goopy. I built the RG Astray, and that was enough for me. It's cool MS not to do 100 of them. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Next year might be the year of RGs during Double October, because I haven't even touched those yet. It'll be RG week. If I feel like doing another week theme. Or theme week, I should say. Okie dokie. Once again, my computer just went. Just keeps getting brighter every now and then. Okay, I was just making the noise to be funny. Now I'm actually struggling. There we go. I'm going nuts with the old RG frames. Not really. I mean, it's also building RGs of things I've already built. So, I mean, it's like, how excited can I get to build another version of something I've already built? I get more excited over things I've never built. That's why the Ahead and the Tyrans were more exciting to me than anything else, because those were new to me, like things I had not really gotten my hands on. I really would like to get the rest of the Ahead sets. Headsets, that just sounds funny. I would like to get the rest of the Aheads, but they are super hard to get. I would also like to get the other, what is it? Gaddis or Gadessa. The ones I don't have. There's the two Gadessas basically I don't have, and I want those. Also, not easy to find. So really hoping for reprints next year. These are very interesting stickers here. Come on. I mean, like, I've built, there's some things that I've obviously mass built. Grazes, GNXs, stuff like that. But like, there's certain things that I just don't know that I could get excited over. Oh, Jesus, I was supposed to do that on the outside, wasn't I? Guys, you weren't telling me what to do, and I didn't do the right thing, so I might have just screwed up this whole bit. That was supposed to go on the outside of the black part. My bad. Crap. RG Matsumina hasn't made a move ever since built. Yeah, that looks like one that most people would never touch once it was assembled. See, I can tell that none of you have built this kit because nobody told me I was doing that wrong. That makes a lot more sense. It's less interesting now that I know I screwed up. Okay. I guess in theory that still wouldn't have been bad. Just wouldn't have stood out as much. There we go. No harm, no foul. You saw nothing. The RG Tall Geese actually interested me more than anything. But once again, kit I've built multiple of. Like, how excited do I really want to get? But that is precisely why I have to get into other building. Because if I just built Gundams, I would be so bored. I would probably finish by now. Like if I had no other kit options, I would definitely not be building and reviewing hardly anymore, because if I just did Gundams, there's not enough new stuff to honestly keep me that interested. But I think that's it. I think we're done. Are we done? I think we're done. Look at that. We have a completed Sandrock Gundam with some Schwartz on the side there, and pull these off, and they somehow attach to things. I guess I only have to... Oh, you take the entire backpack off in this case. Oh, that's interesting. All right, let's look at this. A gawk. This said hobby. Oh, you're the one who said I'm a fantastic builder, right? I have to laugh at you ever so slightly. It's like he's praising my building abilities. Here we go. Let's go play with the swords on the backpack here. So I guess you can have these on the backpack, like just all tucked away all nice and neat. Then you can, you know, spread them way out if you're so inclined. Break that out there. And then mount it all to the shoulder, arm, forearm thing. You know what I'm trying to say. That doesn't look as nearly as cool as what the MG does. Oh, that is not pushed in all the way for some reason. There we go. That's cool. They don't meet. Does it bother anybody else that the tips of the swords like don't meet together? What are we looking at? RG Z-Hawk or Z-Gawk? I'm not into HG. Sorry, got traumatized by HG God Gundam. Oh, how about I try to break that while I'm not looking? Still got RG Zeta that I haven't touched in about a year. I feel like I missed a couple comments while I was looking down. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm good. I have not picked it up and saw it. Got the Lunamario Zaku RG new Gundam. Decided that $100 was enough to spend at the comic shop that day. That's true. RG new, I'm also like not. Everybody's like, oh my god, it's the best thing. I believe it's just a hype monster. We talked about this before. Just realized he's upside down. And I don't know that I need to deal with the hype. Now, Eric is building an HG, or I'm sorry, RG new, and he's going to custom paint it to do alternate color scheme, kind of like he did with his RG Sazabi, which he's still going to bring over one day, so we can look at the Chokosabi. Just finished 2 EVAs. It's EVAs, I don't care. And I've really been looking at some Star Wars models. I mean, obviously, the Star Wars models are awesome. I'm kind of considering doing like an AT-AT potentially, but I need to get through these ships I've got first. I need to get an A-Wing. I know it's like one of the very first kits they did, but I need to get one because I'm planning on doing a hangar display with all of my Rebellion ships. So I need to get an A-Wing to go with it. RG New is overrated. Yeah, see? I don't think it's overrated. I think it's overhyped. I think it's just a lot of hype. I'm not saying it's bad, but basically it's a shrunk down Verka, and the Verka is good, but not anything to ridiculously tout, you know. MG new is what I meant. Oh, I got you. Don't mind within a month. MG is much better. Does anyone else think that the skirts on this would look pretty good for a samurai build? Yes. I mean, they already has some samurai-esque stuff going on, so yeah, why not? Yeah, not overrated, but overhyped. Smaller MG Verka. Exactly. Oh, Jerry. Other Jerry. What's going on? RG new is overrated, coming from someone who has MG and RG. I think the MG is overrated. It just looks good. That's the thing. With these new RGs, they look fantastic. And I'm sure they pose fantastic. But RGs are so finicky and small, and it's like, if you want that level of detail, just get the MG. Yeah, I'm not paying any mind to what you just said. There was a different Jerry. There's a Jerry with a G or Jerry with a J. Other Jerry left. Makes you feel better you were the first Jerry. I'm pretty sure. You've been around a while, right? I know your name, so I know you've been around a while. 7 people watching. Everybody comes in at the end. It's already done. It's already done. Sorry, guys. And yes, if you follow me on Instagram and or Facebook, you've been seeing teaser pictures from the Star Destroyer, which I actually still want to get another one. I hate myself, but I want to get another Star Destroyer. Actually, I probably want to get 2. I kind of want a small little gathering of them, but I need one at least to make look kind of new and shiny-ish. So I'm probably not going to buy the lighted edition for that. Save the extra $60, which now they're selling the lighting kits separately, which is great. But yeah, that's basically it. But I've got the X-Wing, old school X-Wing I want to do, and then the B-Wing. And the B-Wing is what I was looking at earlier. I was taking it out of the box and seeing if I really wanted to crack into it, and nope, I didn't want to crack into it yet. I just got home, or I would have joined sooner. It's all good. I mean, this was a fairly quick build. For the most part, like it took me longer at my parents' house, but I might still do some detail work on it. You know, bust out the fine point brushes and hit a few things with some gray and things like that. You know, if there's anything that's supposed to have like some other colors. Once again, okay, let me do, since I'm here and I'm thinking about it. So he has a spot for a rear view camera, but they don't bother giving you a sticker. So let's see if we can't make one. I'm pretty sure I've done this on a live stream before, but let's see if we can't make a quick little stickery guy here. I'm going to go off of just this. I might not do this on camera because I'm getting a lot of glare off my light. So about there. Let's see. About there. Then it's super skinny. That's already way wider than it needs to be, but we'll make it work. So let's see here. Let's see how our custom rear camera comes out. Might be a little much, or it might be perfect. We'll see. It's pretty dang close, if I'm honest. Oh, wait. I need corner of this. Yeah, it ain't perfect, but it's not bad. One thing I found that cutting an extra sticker sometimes doesn't stick nearly as good as a sticker that's already pre-cut. I don't know what that has to do with, but I know it happens. It's really strange. There we go. Actually, that's nearly perfect. Look at that. I don't have autofocus on. Hold on. Let's see if I can autofocus. I'm gonna figure out this camera thing. So there we go. Now we got a nice little rear view camera. Come on, wait. There we go. See that? Seriously, camera. I'm gonna figure it out. There we go. It's not terrible. Not good either. Yeah. Obviously, there's a reason they didn't bother cutting a sticker that small, but you know, little details, fellas, and maybe ladies. I don't know. That's the thing. That's the thing you can definitely do. Super easy. And given that they give you that much green to work with, why not? Let's see here. I've been going for about an hour and 45 minutes. I think it's about time to wrap up because I am running out of steam. I'm tired. It was a very long day. Tomorrow threatens to be a long day as well. Not a bad day, just a long one. And unfortunately, last night we had to go to a viewing for my friend's dad who passed away last weekend, or at least very early this week. So we did that last night. His funeral was today, but I wasn't going to be off work in time to go to that. So one of my oldest friends, and I was pretty close to their family for many years. So it was a rough loss. He had some pretty bad lung cancer, and that's what happens when you kind of smoke for a really long time. So guys, if you smoke, you might want to look into quitting, because it can eventually catch up to you. I will say the long neck on this is sort of annoying. Like, it's kind of tall. Dang it! I keep putting it upside down. Here we go. Oh, I'll bring up one. Go get some sleep. I will eventually. I want to bring up an interesting point. So, if you've seen my reviews on the Flame Toys kits, specifically like the IDW Prime, which here I'll get them down real quick. Hopefully, I don't knock anything over while I'm reaching here. So the IDW Prime, which I did, a little bit of paint work on, like the silver stuff is painted, chrome, inner frame, that kind of stuff. Gun is weathered and whatnot. So this guy, you can buy any of these Flame Toys kits as they are, right? So now Flame Toys have decided to do, I forgot exactly what they're called, their action something or other, but they are these same model kits, but they're selling them pre-painted and pre-assembled now. Like, for the lazy people who frankly just don't want to do their own kits, but they're selling them for about double. So this guy was in the 35-ish range, probably close to 40 on the high end. They're selling the painted version for 70 or 75, and he comes pre-weathered and everything like that. As builders, do you take like a tiny bit of offense to that a company would offer a pre-built, pre-painted, and detailed kit? Like, not an action figure, but a kit. Like, does that seem to take a lot of the fun out of it? Because I think it does. Now, I get that it's another way for them to make money, and Flame Toys makes fantastic figures that are super high-end and super expensive. But to go in between their mostly cost-effective model kits and then now pre-painting and selling them that way, I don't know. I think it's a cheat. I mean, it's not like they're doing a bad job. I hope it doesn't look bad. Like, because they are, even though they're associated to Hasbro and they are a licensed company for producing Transformers things, I just don't want them to like start mass producing these things, especially when, guys like myself or Sean Love, who spend like a good amount of time customizing and making some very badass versions of this particular model, to just have Flame Toys turn around and start selling a cheaper version of what he can do, if you wanted to commission him. How good is the assembly? I mean, presumably the 75. No, thank lazy. Okay. Well, I mean, like I said, it's double, but okay, think about the cost of buying all this stuff to paint something, like this guy. If you did a full paint job, making sure that you had all the other things, you're going to spend an extra $20 on paints and things like that. Plus you're going to spend all the time to paint it. And then that's not even weathering. That's nothing like that. And then them to make sure that you're getting basically like a perfect version for only roughly double the cost of the model kit by itself. I mean, you're talking P Bandai money for something that comes pre-assembled by the factory. Now, yeah, IDW Prime. Hey, Colton. How are you? I don't know you. Hello. But how good is the assembly? I mean, I assume the assembly is fine. I mean, they have good QC there from what I've seen, and the way the kits go together, they're pretty epic, if I'm honest. Especially like this. This is a very, very good build. With the exception of these bits here on the crotch, if you watch the review where they got stuck because of the paint and I had to nearly break it to get it free. assuming that they do a better job of painting than I do, which, given their ability to paint their figures, I assume they'll be better than what I can do. And you're not going to be painting the same amount of money to have like a real customizer paint it like Sean. That's not a cheap paint job. He does insanely good work, but you get what you pay for. So the question is, I mean, you can go look at the website. Actually, hold on. I will pull it up for you because I can screen capture. Give me a second. I gotta find somewhere to put my beer. Let me screen capture this for you right quick so you see what I is talking about. Let me pull up. I believe it's going to be on their main distribution site. So give me a second. I can't see the chat, so if you're typing things, I can't see it yet. Okay, I'm going to find it. And I want to destroy it. I'm just kidding. Click on the Flame Toys link, which, by the way, guys, D4 Toys is the main distributor for these guys. It does not look like they have it up here, but I could be wrong. Okay. Yeah, they do. Okay, hold on. Okay, so it's called the Furai Action. So let me see here. I'll pull up the things. Just chill. Just chill. I gotta do the things. Yes, IDW Prime. Once again, answering my question. Share screen. Things are moving slightly slower. Give me a second. That. Share. Okay, so let me see what's going on over here. I'm going to go full screen on this because you don't really need to see me. Okay, so this is what it looks like fully painted and comes with a stand. It does come with a posing stand that might, it looks like it might have a light in it. I could be wrong. So let me, so I mean, it comes pre-weathered. Can I scroll through the photos? I don't think I can. So it comes pre-weathered, assuming these aren't stickers, with the exception of like the main chrome sticker in the middle. This looks like a almost 3D thing for the Autobot logo. Kind of wish I could. The funny thing is, like, it's the exact same poses that the standard model was displayed in, so I kind of wonder. There is a bug crawling across my computer right now that I don't know what it is. The hell was that? Oh, I just thumped it. I hope it died. Okay, so there's the. I mean, there's the hands and the gun all pre-weathered. I mean, this is by far my first ever Shoki Reviews live stream. Well, welcome. This is an oddball one because it started out as a brews and sprues and now has turned into just talking about stuff, which, well, that's what always happens. I mean, you can see, assuming on this prototype-ish image, how it looks. I mean, they do a good job weathering it. I mean, like, it's not ridiculous. It's not over the top. It's pretty well done. I mean, like, is it worth it? Okay, hold on. 75 official retail price. If you order it directly from D4 Toys, you get it for $68.50. Excuse me. And I guess, I mean, if it comes with that stand as extra, that kind of makes it good. Not gonna lie. That makes it a little bit worth it. I mean, basically, this is better than my paint job, but I could get my paint job to this. Like, I could weather mine, like, with some actual, mine is a very clean version, but I could easily weather mine and make it look just like this. So, I mean, it comes down to the people who are willing to really pay the money for it. I mean, it's a good job. $75 to have a custom painted thing from the factory? You tell me. I think it's neat. I don't know if it's worth it, but I think it's neat. So, I mean, there's mine versus theirs, so to speak. And like I said, I didn't weather mine. Like, mine's not even 100% painted, just the red and the silver for the most part. So, and then the arm shields and things like that. So I guess if it's worth it to you, is it cool? But my point was, is it worth it? Totally. Like, I mean, is it worth it to you to have a kit that's already pre-assembled? And we already know most of the fun of a kit is to build the dang thing. So, I mean, if you just want a cool looking action figure thing, sure. Wow, this phone is just barely charged in all this time sitting here. That's funny. Close that. But either way, I wanted to bring that up because I thought it was interesting. And they're starting with the IDW Prime. I assume Megatron will be the next one because they need to go together. They're the only two that really go together. The rest of them are all kind of slightly different scale, slightly different styles. Starscream sort of goes with action, not action, attack mode Prime, just because they're kind of their own invention. They're nothing specific. I enjoyed the Bumblebee, but only after I customized it. So that's a whole other option in and of itself. Okay, does the price outweigh the time is the main question. I think it does. I think the price compared to doing a full paint job and full weathering job versus the time. I mean, $75, you're talking you get a Gundam that is raw plastic for that though. Assuming we all know if you painted everything including the joints on a kit making it tight something is going to break. Yeah, but you're talking about a factory that literally can make that adjustment. You know, it's their thing, it's their factory, they can make that adjustment. I mean, I clearance my joints, there's no reason they can't. The reason mine was too tight is the one thing I didn't clearance was the hip joint, the extra hip joint, the drop down hips, I should say. I guess it is for the collector and not the builder / hobby. Yeah, I mean that's the point is that they're marketing it more as an action figure on the cheap side, and I think like that's the one thing these are kind of good at. They're actually a good action figure alternative to regular Transformers because they don't transform, but they have great detail for the most part. The posability is fantastic. I'm not gonna lie, my paint on this wasn't the greatest because I ran out of red paint halfway through doing it, so it's kind of a very fogged on paint job, and got some humidity issues when I was painting the silver, so it's not 100% either. Um, but I mean, considering how expensive their actual figures are, like Drift is $300. The Drift kit is 30, I think. I forgot how much the actual Drift kit is. I guess I could look. But it should be up. They just put it up for pre-order, so it should be there. Let me look. Yeah, there's the Fury model Drift, which is supposed to come out this month. I love that, like, in pictures, they pose it exactly the same as a figure. Okay, so Drift is 50. So Drift by himself is 50. So if they did a weathered pre-built version of Drift, it might be in the $80 range compared to the $300 actual full-on lighted die-cast figure. I mean, yeah. I mean, like their version of Prime, which is coming out in December, like the actual figure, is somewhere between IDW and Attack Mode. Like it's a fairly in between version, and it's one of the big things I've been wanting to spend money on. I don't believe I can buy it though. No, they took it off. You can't buy it from them anyways, but like that thing is going to be ridiculous. It's also going to be very big and it's going to be painted to the nines. It's going to be superposable. Yeah, kit is 49. We're calling it 50 because actually from the distributor it says 50 plus shipping from China. So over here it'd be much cheaper. But IDW Megs is 50. Same cost as Bumblebee, but you get a decent amount of plastic. No die cast. But if it's coming painted and it's coming clearance, it's coming pre-painted, pre-weathered, and essentially perfect in the box. That's third party figure money without transforming. Eric's back. Back again. We were just talking about the pre-built, pre-painted IDW or Flame Toys kits that are coming, starting with IDW Prime. Yeah, but the non-transforming figures are usually in a different league of their own compared to transforming figures and kits. Yeah, exactly. But you came back just in time for me to go to sleep, Eric. Does Starscream and Prime size up to each other? Kind of, but Starscream in general should be a little bit bigger, but he's not. He is. Fine, you're gonna make me get my shit down. Hold on. Starscream's gonna be a little bit harder. He's in an awkward place. I'm working around a table here, if you can't tell. Come here, Screamy. And I was going to do Thundercracker like very soon, but I used up paints that I was going to use on him. So I do think they need to start selling stands with their figures. So I mean, there's Starscream next to IDW Prime. I mean, but you see, I think he's more. I think he's more for the attack mode Prime, given the styling. Get out from under there. This is still a pretty good kit, though. The Seeker mold is actually still a very nice kit. Has some wonky issues, like with the neck. That has like a very, very skinny pedestal style neck that annoys the crap out of me, but it's still not bad. Okay, IDW Primer, you go back up on your shelf. Original Prime, you come here. But Prime. Like, see, I like the design of attack mode, but the actual he is super loose, which is a function of the way that he's designed with his joints and polycaps. So, I mean, they scale together, more or less. Mass shifting fixes all the transforming sizing issues. That's true, but these don't technically shift anything. They're fixed size. He was at dinner at Texas Roadhouse. Must be nice. We had dinner at my parents' house. I wish I could move my camera to a much more effective position. But yeah, the one thing that sucks about this version, because it is like their very first thing, the joints are just crappy at this point, especially like the ball joints for the hands need to be tightened up. The polycaps that hold the hips together are split completely, so I got to glue those all together. The torso, super loose. Now, Nemesis and my Ultra Magnus one, a lot tighter because they're more fully painted. This one is not, and he is feeling the effects of it. I still love this model. That's why I'm going to get the third version of it when I get the shattered glass version, which is funny because I was going to make a custom shattered glass version until they announced it. I was like, damn it. Now I got to spend money. I'm just glad they didn't crank the price up on the shattered glass. So there's my Screamy. Like I said, Seeker mold. I'll get my money's worth out of it. Does he have eyes? Does who have eyes? They all have eyes, technically. I mean, you can see. I have painted the eyes. Oh, wrong way. I gotta move the camera around so you can see a little bit better. Yeah, my problem, like I said, with the Seeker mold, the neck being long and weird kind of kills it for me. So I think when I do Thundercracker, I might shorten his neck. It's annoying. I didn't consider the fact that those guys have way less silver than Starscream does. Dang it, I gotta do a lot of painting. But either way, guys, I think the Prime looked like he didn't have eyes. Which one? They got eyes. They all come with translucent eyes, like they should have light piping, which they don't. So I actually paint all the eyes to make them look like they've got like a little glow going on. You can go watch my build log and see some of that. That is not supposed to rotate. Why is it rotating? But at this rate, I'm going to have to reorganize my shelves and start getting more of these things. Torso and Starscream kit reminds me of Gunman. Yeah. They all kind of have a gunman look to them. I said that with Attack Mode Prime because he actually looks like he has a little beak that's like and could actually bite you. Oh my god, I just put him away. You're in trouble. I'm in trouble, Colton. Yeah, he's got eyes. I'm just looking at it sideways. I can't see the camera. Yeah. They're light blue, but they're in there. I can't, like, good enough. But they come, like, in a dark, translucent blue, the same blue that the windshield is. So if you don't paint it, it looks super dead. So one problem with, like, giving something light piping and no actual light piping is that you can't, they look dead otherwise. Okay, so hold on. I'm going to do a thing. Ah! That was terrible. This is the best live streaming ever. You guys have never seen a live stream like this. What is happening? What did I do to my... Okay, my light mount is like stuck in a really weird position. I don't even know how that just happened. Best live stream ever. You tighten up. I don't even know how this happened. Like, my light is now hooked around itself. Hold on. I gotta reset all my positions here. There we go. Zoom out on myself here. On the camera, they kind of look like yeah, it's because of the silver all around the face. Sorry for making you move around a lot. It's not that I have to move around a lot. It's that they're on the top shelf and I have to go around the table. It's a pain in the butt. That was gross. All right, guys. So I'm going to call it a night. Thanks for everybody who came to watch and hang out. Hopefully tomorrow night. I got to get all of this set back up. Why is that reversed? What is happening in my camera world here? So hopefully tomorrow night we'll do another Re-Rise review. And I'll be way more rested. I have reviews to knock out tomorrow. Yay for that. Make sure you keep up with the Star Destroyer build logs. Still got a few more of those to go because I got to stretch that out because I don't have a buttload of reviews to show you right now. So I got to stretch those things out. Of course, hit the big thumbs up button on the things. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe because, as I've already said, 60 to 80% of my average views are non-subscribed people. So subscribe. If you're here and you're watching, subscribe. And if every video is like that, that means you're coming back to watch a video and you're not actually subscribed. And of course, Patreon, by all means, guys, like I said before, the money is going to start running way thin on YouTube, and money does help here. I will be producing a lot more content for Patreon. Probably going to be doing things like music reviews and discussions, talking more about movies and TV shows, things like that. Hopefully I have a Nerdcast one-on-one coming very soon. As I know, it's been a little while since I've done one, but there's another Texas collector that I want to talk to because known each other for a little while. I want to just have him on so we can bullshit. And hopefully more brews and brews in the future. One hopefully involving Mr. Sarah Lee Eric right there, so I can actually do things in person. So y'all have a good night, have a good weekend. Remember, as always, to keep on nerding, to keep on building, and I'm done building because that's the sign I need to go to bed. The light just fell over. Bye, guys.